Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Lunya Kairu, and today we're going to have a crucial conversation about the most vital organ in your body. It's an engine that runs silently in the background of your life, a tireless guardian that you may not think about until it sends a warning signal. I'm talking, of course, about your heart. Every single day, it beats over 100,000 times, pumping more than 2,000 gallons of blood through a 60,000-mile network of blood vessels. It's the single most incredible feat of natural engineering. Yet despite its resilience, it is vulnerable. Cardiovascular disease remains the #1 cause of death globally. According to the World Health Organization, it claims an estimated 17.9 million lives each year. But I am not here today to present you with grim statistics. I'm here to offer you a message of profound empowerment, because the science is unequivocally clear. A vast majority of premature heart disease and strokes are preventable. And the single most powerful tool you have in this prevention? It's right at the end of your fork. Over the next hour, we will embark on a deep dive into the science of cardiac nutrition. This isn't about fad diets or quick fixes. This is a masterclass in fueling your heart for a long, vibrant, and healthy life, grounded in decades of clinical research and my own experience as a physician. We will explore the superstars of the food world. We will deconstruct the threats that hide in plain sight, and I will give you practical, sustainable strategies to build a cardioprotective lifestyle. So, get comfortable, and let's begin our journey to the heart of health. When we build a heart-healthy plate, our foundation is always the same: plants. And within that kingdom, the leafy greens reign supreme. I'm talking about spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, and even lettuces like arugula and romaine. These aren't just for salads. They are potent medicine for your blood vessels. Their primary superpower lies in their high concentration of dietary nitrates. Now, don't confuse these with the nitrates used as preservatives in processed meats. Those are a different story. The nitrates in vegetables are converted by your body into a miracle molecule called nitric oxide. Think of your arteries as a complex system of highways. High blood pressure is like a perpetual traffic jam, straining the system. Nitric oxide acts as a master traffic controller. It's a powerful vasodilator, meaning it signals the muscles in your artery walls to relax. This widens the vessels, lowers blood pressure, and allows blood to flow more freely, reducing the workload on your heart. It's like turning a congested 2-lane road into a wide-open 6-lane expressway. Furthermore, these greens are packed with vitamin K, which is essential for blood clotting and protecting your arteries from calcification, and antioxidants like lutein that help reduce inflammation. Aiming for at least 1 to 2 servings of leafy greens every single day is one of the most impactful changes you can make. Add a handful of spinach to your smoothie, saute some kale with garlic, or build a robust salad as your meal's foundation. Next, let's add a splash of color with one of nature's most delicious offerings: berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. These are not just sweet treats. They are antioxidant powerhouses. Their deep, vibrant colors, the blues, purples, and reds, come from compounds called anthocyanins. Our bodies are constantly under attack from oxidative stress. Think of it as a form of biological rust caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. This rusting process damages our cells, including the delicate inner lining of our arteries, the endothelium. This damage is a key initiator of atherosclerosis, the process of plaque buildup in the arteries. The anthocyanins in berries are like the ultimate rust-proofing agents. They are potent antioxidants that patrol your bloodstream, neutralizing these free radicals before they can harm your blood vessels. Studies, including a landmark one from the Nurses' Health Study, have shown that women who consumed 3 or more servings of blueberries and strawberries per week had a significantly lower risk of heart attack. Beyond their antioxidant capacity, these compounds also improve endothelial function, reduce inflammation, and may help lower blood pressure. Fresh or frozen, a cup of mixed berries a day in your yogurt, oatmeal, or just on their own is a delicious prescription for a healthier heart. Now let's talk about a family of vegetables with a distinctive, slightly bitter taste and an incredible profile of health benefits. The cruciferous vegetables. This includes broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. These vegetables are rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, but their unique heart health benefits come from their organosulfur compounds, particularly one called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane has been shown in numerous studies to have powerful anti-inflammatory effects. As we're learning, chronic low-grade inflammation is a silent driver of many chronic diseases, including heart disease. It's like a constant, low-level fire within your blood vessels that promotes the growth of plaque. Sulforaphane acts like a potent fire extinguisher, calming this inflammatory process. Furthermore, these compounds can help activate the body's natural detoxification pathways, helping to clear out harmful substances that can contribute to cellular damage. Roasting Brussels sprouts with a little olive oil or lightly steaming broccoli to serve alongside a lean protein is a fantastic way to incorporate these protective foods into your diet several times a week. Finally, in our tour of the produce aisle, we must highlight the vibrant reds and oranges. Tomatoes are the star here, thanks to their high concentration of lycopene, the antioxidant that gives them their rich red color. Lycopene has been extensively studied for its ability to combat heart disease. It works by improving blood vessel function, reducing inflammation, and most notably, lowering levels of oxidized LDL cholesterol. Remember, it's not just the amount of LDL or bad cholesterol that matters, but whether it has become oxidized or damaged by free radicals. Oxidized LDL is particularly sticky and is a key component of the plaque that clogs arteries. Lycopene helps protect LDL from this oxidative damage. Interestingly, cooking tomatoes, such as in a sauce or paste, actually increases the bioavailability of lycopene, making it easier for your body to absorb. For decades, we were taught to fear fat. The low-fat craze led to a market flooded with products where fat was replaced with sugar and refined carbohydrates, which we now know was a disastrous misstep for public health. The truth is, your body needs fat. The key is choosing the right kinds of fat. Let's start with a fan favorite, the avocado. Avocados are a phenomenal source of monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid. This type of fat is a champion for your cholesterol profile. It helps to lower levels of LDL, the bad cholesterol that deposits in arteries, while simultaneously raising or maintaining levels of HDL, the good cholesterol. Think of HDL as the garbage trucks of your bloodstream. They travel around, collect excess cholesterol from the arteries, and transport it back to the liver for disposal. You want a robust fleet of these trucks on duty. Avocados help you build that fleet. They are also incredibly rich in potassium, even more so than bananas. As we just discussed, potassium is vital for managing blood pressure. A quarter to a half of an avocado a day on whole grain toast, in a salad, or blended into a smoothie is a fantastic addition to your diet. When that mid-afternoon slump hits, what do you reach for? For many, it's a cookie or a bag of chips. I want to propose a powerful swap, a small handful of nuts or seeds. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, chia seeds, flax seeds. These are not just crunchy snacks. They are nutritional gold mines. They are a trifecta of heart-healthy components. Healthy fats, both monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. Fiber and plant sterols, which can help block the absorption of cholesterol. Let's highlight a couple of standouts. Walnuts are unique among nuts for their significant content of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. ALA is a potent anti-inflammatory agent. Almonds are packed with vitamin E, an antioxidant that helps prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, and magnesium, a mineral that plays a role in over 300 bodily processes, including regulating blood pressure and maintaining a steady heartbeat. Then we have tiny but mighty seeds. Ground flax seeds and chia seeds are excellent sources of both ALA and soluble fiber. This type of fiber forms a gel-like substance in your gut, which binds to cholesterol and prevents it from being absorbed. The key here is portion control. Nuts are calorie-dense, so a small handful, about 1 ounce, is a perfect daily serving. And always opt for raw or dry roasted, unsalted varieties to avoid the excess sodium found in many packaged nuts. If there is one fat that has been studied more than any other for its heart benefits, it is the cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, extra virgin olive oil. Its primary fat is the same monounsaturated oleic acid we find in avocados, with all the same cholesterol balancing benefits. But what sets high-quality extra virgin olive oil apart is its abundance of powerful antioxidants called polyphenols. These compounds, like oleocanthal, have anti-inflammatory effects that are so potent they have been compared to a low dose of ibuprofen. They protect LDL cholesterol from oxidation, improve the function of the endothelium, the lining of your blood vessels, and help prevent unwanted blood clotting. It is critical to choose extra virgin olive oil. This means it is the least processed, cold-pressed oil, which preserves these delicate, beneficial polyphenols. Regular or light olive oil has been refined and loses most of these compounds. Use it as your primary cooking oil for low to medium heat sautéing, and liberally as a finishing oil for drizzling on vegetables, salads, and soups. It's not just a fat, it's a functional food that actively protects your heart. While a plant-forward diet is the foundation, there is one category of animal food that stands out for its profound heart protective effects: fatty, cold water fish. I'm referring to salmon, mackerel, herring, lake trout, sardines, and albacore tuna. These fish are swimming in long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. These are not the same as the plant-based ALA omega-3s. Your body can convert some ALA to EPA and DHA, but the process is inefficient. Getting them directly from fish is the most effective route. The benefits of EPA and DHA are multifaceted. First, they are exceptionally effective at lowering triglycerides, which are a type of fat in your blood that at high levels can increase your risk for heart disease. Second, they are powerful anti-inflammatory agents throughout the entire body. Third, they can help stabilize the heart's electrical system, reducing the risk of life-threatening arrhythmias or abnormal heart rhythms. Finally, they may slightly lower blood pressure and slow the development of atherosclerotic plaque. The American Heart Association recommends eating at least 2 servings of fatty fish per week. A serving is about 3.5 ounces cooked. For those who don't eat fish, a high-quality algae-based omega-3 supplement can be a good alternative. But as always, consult your doctor first. Let's talk about two of the most humble, affordable, yet powerful food groups for your heart: legumes and whole grains. Legumes include all varieties of beans, lentils, chickpeas, and peas. Whole grains are grains like oats, quinoa, barley, brown rice, and farro, which have not been stripped of their nutritious bran and germ. Their shared superpower is fiber, specifically soluble fiber. As I mentioned with flax seeds, this type of fiber is a cholesterol-lowering champion. When you eat it, it dissolves in water in your digestive tract to form a thick gel. This gel traps cholesterol and bile acids, preventing them from being absorbed into the bloodstream and instead carrying them out of the body. Your liver then has to pull more cholesterol from your blood to make more bile, effectively lowering your overall cholesterol levels. Eating a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast or having a lentil soup for lunch is a direct deposit into your heart health account. Beyond fiber, legumes provide high-quality plant-based protein, folate, magnesium, and potassium, without the saturated fat found in many animal proteins. Swapping out red meat for beans or lentils a few times a week is a proven strategy for improving heart health. Whole grains also provide a steady release of energy, which helps prevent the blood sugar spikes associated with refined grains. And stable blood sugar is crucial for protecting your blood vessels over the long term. Now, for a topic that always brings a smile to people's faces, yes, we are going to talk about chocolate. But before you reach for any candy bar, it's crucial that we're specific. We are talking about high-quality dark chocolate with a cocoa content of 70% or higher. The magic here comes from the cocoa bean itself, which is packed with antioxidants called flavonols. These flavonols have some remarkable benefits for the cardiovascular system. Much like the nitrates in leafy greens, they stimulate the endothelium, the lining of your arteries, to produce nitric oxide. And as we know, nitric oxide is our friend. It relaxes arteries, improving blood flow and lowering blood pressure. Furthermore, studies suggest these flavonols can increase insulin sensitivity, which is important for blood sugar control, and may reduce levels of oxidized LDL cholesterol. But this is not a license to eat unlimited quantities. Dark chocolate is still calorie-dense. The key is quality and moderation. A small square or two, about 1 ounce, a few times a week is the sweet spot. Look for brands with minimal sugar and simple ingredients. Think of it as a small, potent, and delicious supplement for your heart. Another surprising yet potent ally is a beverage that has been revered for centuries in Eastern cultures: green tea. The health benefits of green tea are largely attributed to its high concentration of polyphenolic compounds called catechins. The most powerful of these is epigallocatechin 3-galate, or EGCG. EGCG is a formidable antioxidant and anti-inflammatory agent. Research has shown that it can help prevent cell damage, reduce inflammation in the arteries, and improve the function of the endothelium. Some studies have also linked regular green tea consumption with lower LDL cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Swapping a sugary coffee drink or a soda for a cup of unsweetened green tea is a simple yet effective upgrade for your heart. It provides hydration, a gentle boost of caffeine, and a powerful dose of protective antioxidants. Whether you enjoy it hot or iced, making green tea a regular part of your routine is a wise and calming choice for your cardiovascular system. Just as important as what you add to your diet is what you remove. And at the very top of that list is industrial trans fat. This is the single worst type of fat you can consume for your heart. These are created through an industrial process called hydrogenation, which turns liquid oils into solids to increase shelf life. You'll see them on labels as partially hydrogenated oil. Trans fats deliver a devastating 1-2 punch to your cholesterol. They significantly raise your harmful LDL cholesterol while simultaneously lowering your protective HDL cholesterol. They also promote inflammation and endothelial dysfunction. There is no safe level of consumption for artificial trans fats. Thankfully, many countries have banned or severely restricted their use, but they can still linger in some products. Become a detective. Read your labels. If you see partially hydrogenated oil in the ingredients list, put the product back on the shelf. Next, let's address processed meats. This includes things like bacon, sausage, hot dogs, deli meats, and pepperoni. These products are problematic for several reasons. They are typically very high in sodium, which drives up blood pressure. They also contain preservatives like nitrates, which, when cooked at high heat and consumed in this form, can create compounds that are inflammatory and damaging to blood vessels. They are also often high in saturated fat. While the role of saturated fat has been debated, major health organizations like the American Heart Association still recommend limiting it. High intake of saturated fat, found primarily in red meat, processed meats, butter, and full-fat dairy, can raise LDL cholesterol levels in many people. The focus should be on replacing saturated fats with the healthy, unsaturated fats we've discussed. For a long time, fat was seen as the enemy of the heart, while sugar got a free pass. We now know this is dangerously wrong. Diets high in added sugars and refined carbohydrates, think sugary drinks, white bread, pastries, cookies, and sugary cereals, are incredibly detrimental to heart health. When you consume these foods, they cause a rapid spike in your blood sugar and insulin levels. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes, which is a major risk factor for heart disease. High sugar intake also directly contributes to chronic inflammation and can dramatically raise your triglyceride levels. Perhaps the single biggest source of harmful sugar is sugar-sweetened beverages. A single can of soda can contain nearly 40 grams of sugar, which is more than the recommended daily limit for many adults. Eliminating these from your diet is one of the fastest ways to improve your heart health. Finally, we must talk about sodium. Your body needs a small amount of sodium to function, but most people consume far too much. Excess sodium causes your body to retain water, which increases the volume of blood in your bloodstream. This increased volume raises blood pressure, forcing your heart to work harder and putting strain on your arteries over time. The biggest culprit isn't the salt shaker on your table. Over 70% of the sodium in the average diet comes from processed, packaged, and restaurant foods. Canned soups, frozen dinners, fast food, cured meats, and many sauces can be loaded with sodium. Reading labels for sodium content is crucial. Aim for less than 2,300 milligrams per day and even less, around 1,500 milligrams if you already have high blood pressure. Cooking more meals at home from whole ingredients gives you complete control over how much salt goes into your food. We've covered a lot of individual foods which can feel overwhelming. So how do we put it all together into a cohesive pattern? Luckily, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Two of the most extensively studied and proven dietary patterns for heart health are the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet. The Mediterranean diet, inspired by the traditional eating habits of countries like Greece and Italy, is rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. It includes moderate amounts of fish and poultry and limits red meat and sweets. The DASH diet, which stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, was specifically designed to lower blood pressure. It's very similar to the Mediterranean diet but puts a particular emphasis on limiting sodium and including potassium-rich foods. What's the common thread? They are not restrictive diets in the modern sense. They are sustainable patterns of eating that emphasize whole, unprocessed foods. They are rich in plants, healthy fats, and lean proteins, and low in processed junk. Adopting the principles of either of these frameworks is a fantastic, evidence-based strategy. Let's make this even more practical. What could a day of eating for your heart look like? For breakfast, a bowl of oatmeal cooked with milk or water, topped with a cup of mixed berries and a tablespoon of ground flaxseed. Simple, filling, and packed with soluble fiber and antioxidants. For lunch, a large salad with a base of spinach and mixed greens, topped with grilled salmon or a cup of chickpeas, cherry tomatoes, cucumber, a quarter of an avocado, and a dressing made from extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice. For a snack, a small handful of unsalted almonds and an apple. This provides healthy fats, fiber, and protein to keep you full and energized. For dinner, a lentil and vegetable stew, served with a side of quinoa. This is a fantastic plant-based meal, incredibly high in fiber and nutrients. This is just an example, but it shows how you can easily incorporate these heart-healthy foods into a delicious and satisfying daily routine. When you are buying packaged foods, the nutrition facts label is your best friend. Here's a quick guide on what to look for. 1. Serving size. First, always check the serving size. All the numbers on the label apply to that single serving, not necessarily the whole package. 2. Saturated and trans fat. Look for these. You want the trans fat to be 0 grams. Keep saturated fat low, generally less than 10% of your daily calories. 3. Sodium. Scan down to sodium. A good rule of thumb is to choose items where the milligrams of sodium are less than or equal to the number of calories per serving. 4. Added sugars. This is now listed on most labels. Look for this specifically and aim for as close to 0 as possible. 5. Dietary fiber. Look for products that are good sources of fiber, ideally 3 grams or more per serving. Becoming a savvy label reader empowers you to make informed choices, even in the middle of a busy supermarket. A heart-healthy diet is the cornerstone, but it doesn't work in a vacuum. To build a truly resilient cardiovascular system, we must support it with other lifestyle pillars. Regular movement. Exercise strengthens the heart muscle itself, improves circulation, helps manage weight, and is a powerful way to lower blood pressure and reduce stress. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity, like brisk walking, per week. Restorative sleep. During sleep, your body repairs itself. Your heart rate and blood pressure naturally go down, giving your cardiovascular system a much-needed break. Chronic sleep deprivation is linked to an increased risk of high blood pressure, obesity, and diabetes. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Stress management. Chronic stress leads to chronically elevated levels of hormones like cortisol, which can increase blood pressure, cholesterol, and triglycerides. Finding healthy ways to manage stress, whether through meditation, yoga, spending time in nature, or hobbies, is not an indulgence. It's a medical necessity for your heart. Not smoking. And of course, if you smoke, the single most important thing you can do for your heart is to quit. Smoking damages the lining of your arteries and is a leading cause of heart attacks and strokes. These pillars work together, each one amplifying the benefits of the others. I want to leave you with a story. I had a patient, a gentleman in his early 60s named David. He came to me after a significant health scare. His blood pressure was dangerously high, his cholesterol was through the roof, and he was pre-diabetic. He was frightened, but he was also motivated. He didn't make drastic, unsustainable changes overnight. He started by swapping his morning pastry for oatmeal with berries. Then he started taking a 20-minute walk after dinner. He learned to cook simple meals with fish and vegetables. Week by week, month by month, he built new habits. A year later, David sat in my office a changed man. His blood pressure was normal. His cholesterol was in the healthy range. He had lost 30 pounds and his blood sugar was perfect. He no longer needed several of his medications. But more importantly, he had a vitality and a spark in his eye that I hadn't seen before. He took control. This power is not unique to David. It is available to every single one of us. Your genetics are not your destiny. The daily choices you make, the foods you choose to put on your plate, have the power to literally rewrite your health story. We have covered an immense amount of information today, from the power of leafy greens and berries to the importance of omega-3s and the dangers of hidden sugars. But I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I want you to feel inspired. The journey to a healthy heart doesn't require perfection. It requires intention and consistency. Start small. Pick one thing from our discussion today that resonated with you. Maybe it's adding a handful of spinach to your eggs. Maybe it's swapping one soda for a green tea. Maybe it's trying a new salmon recipe this week. I want to hear from you. In the comments below, please share the one small change you are going to commit to this week. By sharing your goal, you make it real, and you might just inspire someone else in this community to do the same. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. Your heart and theirs will thank you. And be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future deep dives into health and wellness. Thank you for investing this time in yourself and your health today. Remember, every meal is an opportunity to nourish your body and protect the incredible engine that gives you life. Be well and take care of your heart.